Hawker 850XPI. Questions. Electrical. Part 2. Explain what happens when battery is on.
Power from battery number 1. Battery 1 and 2 in parallel to the PE bus. PS buses are unpowered, because of blocking diodes in the PS to PE bus feeder lines.
Explain what happens when emergency.
Only battery power available. Battery 1 and 2 energizes separately. The contactors close and individually connect number 1 and number 2 battery to the PE bus. Batteries stay isolated from their charging sources. PE2 bus receives power from the PE bus.
Normal battery charging after starting.
Rate, 50 to 150 amps.
Rate of battery charging with external power.
5 to 25 amps.
By which buses are the batteries charged?
PS1 and PS2.
When should the switch of external battery charge be in the off position?
When the battery's charge rate falls below 5 amps to stop battery charging.
What happens when the battery temperature exceeds 57 degrees Celsius? During GPU charging.
The battery thermal switch opens hot relay. Once the temperature decreases, the hot relay closes to energizes the battery contactors.
When the battery protection relay opens and why?
If the external power voltage drops below 24.5 more or less 0.5 volts or exceeds 29.5 more or less 0.5 volts. In order to remove power from the battery contactors.
What do you get pressing the amps battery?
The battery charging rate will be displayed.
Explain the battery recharging rate in the 3 situations: after GPU engine start, after battery engine start, and 20 to 30 minutes after takeoff.
5 to 25 amps after GPU engine start, 50 to 150 amps after battery engine start, and 1 to 5 amps, 20 to 30 minutes after takeoff.
Which lights lit at 57 degrees Celsius and 71 degrees Celsius of battery temperature?
57 degrees Celsius, battery 1 hot or battery 2 hot. 71 degrees Celsius, battery 1 overheat or battery 2 overheat.
What are the auxiliary batteries? And what are they for?
B3, B4 and B5, 24 volts or 25.2 volts, 4.2 amps hour. DC power for light essential systems during emergency situations.
Which systems are powered by B3, B4 and B5 batteries?
B3, Standby Horizon or ESIS. B4, Pilot's radio systems. And B5, Emergency cabin lighting system.
When does the starter become a generator during the start?
Approximately at 46% N2.
During engine normal operation, each generator provides
300 amps and 28 volts.
Which device limits 28 volts output?
By the generator control units. GCU.
How is each generator cooled on the ground?
By an integral cooling fan on each generator provides forced air cooling on the ground.
How many voltages are measured by the generator line contactor, GLC, between the generator and the battery?
0.3 voltage.
The generator control units, GCU, overvoltage protection.
Rises to 32.5 volts DC, generator line contactor isolates the generator. Light gen fail.
When does the generator disconnect during start?
At 5,500 RPM or 46% N2.
When does the generator power the bus during the start?
When the generator output is within 0.3 volt of the battery.
Until how many amps can a generator power the whole DC system?
Until 300 amps.
Explain overexcitation protection.
When generator interpole voltage reaches 0.23 volt or more with a bus voltage of 28.5 volts or above, GCU takes offline by GLC. This is the end of video number 2. Questions. Electrical. Part 2.